Let's just take a look at some of the few tweets that the president did send about 9/11. The first one is a retweet of his White House aide, Dan Scavino. It's a photograph of the president himself signing a proclamation in the Oval Office about 9/11. Next, it was praise of then New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani, who, of course, is his attorney and represents him on cable TV. By about 8:30 a.m., the president had tweeted a photo of himself and the White House staff. If you look closely, you can see Omarosa. This is a picture from a year ago. Finally, at around 9 a.m., President Trump tweeted, 17 years since September 11th. That's it. That's all it said, 17 years since September 11th. There's a certain consoler-in-chief that politicians, especially presidents, are called upon to do. I thought he did a fairly nice job in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, but left to his own devices, I don't know. He doesn't really seem to get what people are looking for.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he does other things obviously better than he does the consoler-in-chief role. But I think what Donald Trump Jr. was actually talking about was taking on Joe Scarborough for an op-ed that he wrote in the Washington Post that basically said that what Donald Trump is doing to this country is worse than terrorism. To have that hit on 9/11, I mean, I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat or what have you. I don't care if you share every single view that he espoused in that op-ed. It's totally inappropriate. And whether you love Donald Trump Jr., you hate Donald Trump Jr., you hate this administration, I would hope we can all agree that that is sort of an inappropriate time to start invoking terrorism.
Well, the thing that's really interesting to me is we hold everyone to a higher standard than we do the commander-in-chief. So 9/11, Donald Trump is as inappropriate as he is on not any given Sunday, any given day, right? Like, he started with fast tweeting about Russia collusion. He's fist pumping going to Shanksville, and he's thumbs upping reporters getting ready to tour a memorial site. Like, he's uber inappropriate.
You're saying that Josh is holding Joe Scarborough to a higher standard than he's holding the president?
Like. That's what it sounded like.
What do you think? Are you holding?
Listen, all I'm saying is that it was the wrong time for Joe Scarborough to publish an op-ed on 9/11.
It's not just you, it's everyone. It's like he can get away. It's like, oh, he behaved himself. He was quiet in this meeting. And it's like, kudos to Donald. Like, are y'all kidding me?
This is ultimately, it's not even about like the commander-in-chief and what's appropriate.
No.
It's like he's missing a human screw. I mean, how do people react on a day like 9/11? You talk about the people. That's true, but when left to his own devices, which I think is the important point here, I looked back at what President Clinton, what President Obama, what President Bush said on Twitter today. They were all very similar. They were all about the lives lost, their families left behind, the brave men and women who served. This is not rocket science.
Maybe there's something he can do. How about copy and paste? Maybe copy and paste Barack Obama's tweet or George W. Bush's, like
only Melania plagiarizes.
Yes, but you know what? But he can give credit maybe if he feels like anything is better than this
wording
on 9/11.
Exactly.
But I mean, you say he does some big things better than others, including in the consoling is not one of the things he does best.
What does he do?
But I mean, don't you think he should be working a little bit harder? I mean, when you wake up tomorrow, remember it's 9/11. Don't tweet anything about anything other than that.
I mean, of course. Look, my preference would be that he spend absolutely nothing else other than remembering the people that were lost on 9/11. That we do something for the firefighters. That we do something for the policemen. We do something for everybody lost on that. Yes, that would be my preference. Right.